Din kamera är en bra kamera.
Yes.
Okay, stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
So great to have you here. We are Saltplus podcast. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Sandra.
First of all, we start, where are we right now? We are at the conference for the Swedish Evangelical Mission here in Örebro, in middle Sweden. It's awesome. We have great weather and lovely people here. We are having a podcast here on the stage, and there's nobody in the audience. Literally nobody here. Nobody want to listen to us. No.
They weren't invited either. So. Yeah. But we're here to talk about youth in mission, of which we don't know a lot, but you've been a part of. So could you maybe introduce yourselves, your name, and one of you tell us what is youth in mission?
My name is Anton. I'm from Uppsala.
Hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm from Lund, and I'm in this course too.
And my name is Ellinor. I also live in Lund, actually in the same apartment as him.
How's that?
Since he's my husband.
All right. Is it how many years or is it month?
We got married in August. So
in August, soon a year.
Yeah.
We're as old as this course. Like when this course began, we were married.
Yes.
Wow.
And
could you tell us what the course is?
Yes.
What do you do? You meet 3 times.
Right. So it's a course we started in September.
Yeah.
And we've met a couple of times in Uppsala and also online.
Lot of Zoom meetings.
Yes. Where we got the opportunity to talk to people that have been out on missions through EFS, and also people, local people that work within the sister churches of EFS.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of inspiration, I would say.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wow.
And then this
Awesome.
course will end now in June when we will go to Ethiopia.
Ooh, we gotta know more about that. But I have a quick question here. It's like I know Sophia, it was my friend, and she a little bit running the course.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know she's working in matchmaking as well. But is this a result of a? No.
Sadly not.
Sadly not.
Okay.
But we
my
did
bad.
actually meet in EFS Lund,
Yeah.
our local church.
We are thanks to EFS.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks to EFS.
Yes.
Thanks to FS. Thank you guys.
Yes.
And coffee.
Yeah.
And coffee.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The
And now
coffee
we
after church service is the best way to meet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Your husband.
dating tips for today.
Singles,
This
watch
is my
this.
bad. This is what
Anyway.
I always do. But Sandra helped me to
He sidetracks.
get on track.
Get us back.
Yeah.
You mentioned you will be going to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what will you do there?
Yeah, we will visit some of the sister organizations like Hope for Children, and we're also gonna visit. I think also Meccan Jesus church.
Yeah.
And yes, we're gonna see what SEM do in Ethiopia. I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be real cool to see like all the work that they're doing back there down there in the south.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be real inspirational to see all their hard work. I mean, they've been working hard for a number of years now, and I think there are 12 million people in the church. So
Wow.
That's big.
yeah, that's a lot bigger than Sweden, actually.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool to see how they're doing their work.
So what have you been doing these 3 meetings that you've had? Has there been preparation for the Ethiopia visit, or what has it entailed?
So we've had a visit from missionaries that have been out with EFS, and that was really inspirational. So they have told us about their time in Tanzania and Ethiopia. And also we've had a lot of Zoom meetings with like people from Malawi, right?
Yeah.
And
Malawi.
And
then
from
a
India.
doctor from India. And I think that's really cool how you can connect
Yeah.
to them. We can sit here like in Uppsala then and talk to them directly to hear about their work. Like really bringing the world closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. My question is like, why are you guys doing this? Because I mean, it's not a convenient way of traveling or seeing the world. It's not like you hanging on the beach and drinking pina colada or something like that. Why is it so important to do this? And what is driving you guys?
I think for me, it starts with a real love for EFS. So I'm not brought up in EFS, but I just love that its focus is on mission. That's the whole core of our organization. So that's one reason to like really dig further into this and the amazing work that EFS does. And also I think I'm a medical student. So last summer I was in Tanzania on a international conference for medical doctors and students, and that was also really inspirational to see how mission can not only like to broaden the perspective of mission, that really everyone can do mission and it can look like in different ways, and everyone has their unique gifts to give into mission. You don't have to be a priest. Like
No.
you can be a medical doctor or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, I did. I signed up for internship for EFS.
Well, you've been doing stuff before,
I've been doing stuff before.
Yeah.
So I was living. I was sent by EFS to Tanzania, Dodoma, the capital, and lived there for 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, and I was an intern among the diocese of that's the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Tanzania in the Dodoma diocese.
Yeah.
So I was a part of that congregation work. Was outing for preaching and did some teaching for the youth. And when I came home from that time, for me it was like a hunger for more. I want to dig in more for I want to grow in mission. I want to grow in this big universal commission from God.
Wow.
But if you just read Matthew chapters 28, last verses, he is for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, not just.
Not only here in Örebro.
No, not here. You can do it everywhere.
Yeah.
To your neighbors, to colleagues, to friends. Like the mission field is everywhere.
Yeah.
And
That almost answered like our next question of what do you think it means to be a disciple today?
Exactly.
Right.
So
And
true.
also like what has your walk been with that? What does it mean to be a disciple, and what has your journey been?
Right.
Like growing in discipleship. Like usually you don't get born and then you're like, I'm gonna be a missionary.
Well, I think it all. I mean, you grow with. I mean, when I was little, my faith was strong, but I mean, my faith growth with Jesus, and I think that I'm 27 right now, and I think my love for people should also grow.
Yeah.
And I think that the way I can serve people and to love people is by telling them about the gospel. And I think that to maybe to help to understand how to do mission and how to do is to get out to stand up, go out, and talk to people.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's actually easier to go out into the unknown. To cast yourself in the arms of Jesus and to fully believe in him, have faith in him that he will deliver you to whatever you need to do. And I think to go out into another country or maybe into another town where you live, I think it's a great way of relying on Jesus. And I think that is a thing that I need, and that's why I'm in this course too.
Wow.
Yeah, if I can add on that, I think that's something we've talked about that have been like a red thread to this course, is the missionaries. Often it really starts with a leap of faith.
Yeah.
I think that's a common thing for all the missionaries. Like the first step is really to just take a first step and rely that God will provide and he will guide you. But then you have to take the first step.
It's like the story when Jesus walks on water and he calls out Peter. He does the same to us. Come out to me.
Come on the
that is
water.
especially relevant when you talk about mission and spreading the word.
Awesome.
Do you want to share some things? What have you learned from the sister churches or the people from other countries teaching you? Is there anything that has like stood out, or have you seen a lot of similarities?
Right.
For me, when I think of my ELCT, the church in Tanzania. They have this kind of, they know that God exists. It's you're just like it's like, of course God is real. 100% God is real. Why wouldn't he? And when I have this conversation with my Tanzanian friends about how people in Sweden are here, about if they are believing or not, and when I'm telling them that there's not so much of people here in Sweden that believe in Jesus, like and the Tanzanians like, huh? Really? How come? Why? Why is that? It's a huge difference. And for me, I'm longing to have that perspective that Tanzania have on God, that He exists for us here in Sweden, but also in SCM and also in other congregations.
I think it's so true. Globally, it's so good to come out just outside this little small country in Sweden, because globally outside, church and God is so much more natural factor in everyday's life and people's life, and it's so easier to connect with people, to talk about Jesus. So true. So that in that sense, is only for that to be discipled, it's good to go out in mission and to see. All right, church is big. So, but in Sweden, but I think we also like we're gonna wrap up here. But I think it'll be interesting to hear a little bit, some kind of an encouragement or something to like pep talk, for young kids and young people today here in Sweden. Go out on mission, and I think it is also. Is our opportunity also. I see so many people go outside and they come back and they will really want to give out what they have and reach out to
For
people
sure.
here in Sweden. I think it's such a blessing when people come back and do that experience, and they continue to be a mission here in Sweden. Something just quickly, just there to encourage, anybody who had that thought maybe, but haven't really thought of it. Maybe it's for me to go out on mission, or some kind of this kind of opportunity we have with the EFS SEM.
Firstly, I would say this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
But also another red thread to this course has really been that mission is really, when you take it to its core, it's about relationships. Relationships with others. And in that way, everyone, we are created for relationships. And so everyone can be missionaries through that.
I think my recommendation is just say yes. I mean, when people push you, or not push, but when they encourage you to do mission, or then you feel like I don't know, maybe I can do it now. No, do it, because the Lord will provide for you.
Yeah,
He will give you strength, and He will give you the power of the Holy Spirit.
Oh
and
yes,
He will help you. And don't think you have to do the big things. Rely on the Lord. He will do the reaping. He will lead people to Himself.
But dare to take the first step, so He can do something.
Awesome. So great. Do we have any other questions or the thoughts you have, Sandra? Of what do you?
No.
No.
And I think also that's our time.
Yeah, that's our time's up, and it's so great to have these conversations, to open up. And I'm so glad we have this conversation about mission, because I really want to have that more. And I have so many other questions. Like, I want to continue this conversation about set up some kind of values and how to live and stand strong in faith, and whatever the kind of struggles you or other encounters you have in future, or so that is, I think we're going to continue to have this conversation. I think it's so important also to send out that question as well. What do I need with me apart from a leap of faith, and to take the step? What else do I need to have in my backpack to be wholesome in my faith and in discipling, and that's it.
Thank you so much for
Thank
all
you.
your precious words, and we hope you'll have a great trip to Ethiopia.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good.
Shall we get back to the conference?
Yes, let's go back to the conference.
Let's go back.
Yes. Thank you, y'all. I did it, y'all.
Yeah.